What's going on? It's your boy Sermon at Sermon's Domain on Twitter. Wale is enjoying the fruits of being independent. Last month he left Atlantic Records and he's been enjoying being a free agent. Whether or not he sticks to that remains to be seen, but at the very least he decided to show up for his first independent release, a surprise EP titled It's Complicated. This is a 4-track EP that boasts some of Wale's strengths in pertaining to making music that really breaks down the structure of relationships. The good, the bad, the ugly, it's all covered on It's Complicated. Now let me highlight my favorite song, starting off with the title track. Wale uses It's Complicated to really convey emotion. Before we even get into the lyrics and break them down and discuss which ones stand out and which ones are, just amazing, you gotta look at the structure of the first verse. He comes in and he's offbeat. It feels chaotic. And I believe that is meant to tell or show the listener that Wale is in a state of, I don't want to say distress, but he's definitely having self-doubt. Doubtful that he'll be able to find somebody to love. That is a feeling that hits us hard sometimes. And when it does, it's really hard to stay focused. So I don't know if Wale's intentions were just that, but that is how I interpret most of the first verse of this song. And then you get into the actual meat of the lyrics, and it's just nothing short of beautiful. Like I said in the intro, Wale's strengths are in talking about relationships, whether it's a breakup in the relationship or it's actual love. And this track, well, it's complicated. On this record, Wale really speaks to the generation that's struggling to find love and the increasing amount of women who are chasing social clout. I mean, we see it every day on Twitter, women doing all sorts of things to get noticed, and I guess that definitely plays a factor into love and relationships. It's hard to get past that, especially when women have that mentality, they're not looking for love either. So it's one big destructive type of formula that we have in this generation. So it is definitely harder to find love. And I understand Wale's point of view when he drops lines like, I'm trying to say I need loyalty like Clyde Barrow was trying to get when Bonnie was shot up riding shotgun with him. That part comes in the beginning when he's, feeling all a little chaotic and everything. And pay attention to that line because it does come up later on the EP again. Some of my other favorite lines from It's Complicated were, I believe that love is complicated at best, and at its worst, it's a permanent burning in your chest. I pray to earn that from somebody someday, but somehow, some way, I no longer have a heart to invest. It's miles away. Those are some deep lyrics right there. A lot to break down. At love's best, it's complicated, and at its worst, it really puts a burning feeling in your chest. And he says, I pray to earn that from somebody someday. It's an interesting line because it doesn't really let you know what he's praying for. Because he gives you two things. At best, love is complicated, and then at its worst, it's a permanent burning in your chest. I don't think anybody wants that permanent feeling in their chest, the burning feeling. I don't think anybody wants a hole in their heart. And then that last line, but somehow, some way, I no longer have a heart to invest. It's miles away. Again, that right there has or shows you that Wale has been through a lot in his years of dating and being in relationships and being heartbroken. So overall, I really liked those 4 lines. That I think they are very dense in content. My other favorite record is called Black Bonnie, and this one features Jacquees. He's the only credited guest feature on the EP. As I said when I was discussing the title track, Bonnie and Clyde come up here again. It's all about loyalty, and that's what Wale hopes for with this record and with his outlook on love. I think having Jacquees on Black Bonnie really elevates it to a whole nother level. Like, this is like the one. I love the title track because, of everything that he said and how he said it and the production in it. But when it comes down to it, Black Bonnie would be like the one to push out of this EP. Jacquees, despite being held hostage on Cash Money or being in limbo, however you want to say it, is very talented. And he shows it with every mixtape that he drops, unfortunately, because he can't get an album out. God damn it, Birdman. And then every guest feature that he's on, because he really shows out. He has a wonderful voice, and so he really helps to make Black Bonnie. There's a line on here that I enjoyed because it was clever. And now I might be interpreting this wrong, so if I am, I apologize. But I guess interpretation is open to whoever's listening. So Wale says, "I know you love nostalgia. I got you Barney's." So he's talking about Barney's, the clothing store. Also has handbags. Just a bunch of different stuff in it. And so I'm thinking, the way he says nostalgia, when I think of nostalgia in the term Barney, I'm thinking of maybe the TV show, but I don't know. I think it sounded better in my head. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe he's looking at it like Barney's is not really a popular brand anymore, as much as it was in the past. And maybe that's where that line is. I don't know. I'd have to ask Wale. It's Complicated has no weak links. These 4 songs are Wale in his proper element. I've always said that he's at his best when he's talking about love, about relationships, about sex, when he's breaking it all down and giving his interpretation. A lot of it feels poetic. I think the reason that this EP works well is because it makes us want more. Like, we listen to this and it's 13 minutes and we're like, damn, we want more. But we also have to realize that the more songs that would be added to this project, the more chance there is that something wouldn't be as amazing. Something would be like cutting room floor material. I look at it like it wouldn't be as impactful if it was a full-length project. So like I said in the beginning, I don't know if Wale plans to stay independent or not. And on the last record, he kind of hints that he's about to sign his 4th deal, sort of like back to back. So I'm guessing that alludes to where Wale will be next with his career. I mean, he's strong enough to be independent, but I don't blame him if he wants to give the major labels another shot. I don't know where he would fit well. I think Wale is someone who can flourish wherever he goes. A Def Jam, back to Interscope if he wanted to. There's options for him. Nonetheless, I'm happy that he released this It's Complicated EP. It's one that's going to remain in rotation for quite some time. So those are my thoughts on Wale's surprise 4-track EP, It's Complicated. Now I want to hear from you guys. What did you think about this EP? Did you enjoy it? Do you want more? Talk to me in the comment section below, and then like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, share the video. Follow me on Twitter at SirMesDomain, and as always, thank you for your time. I appreciate you for watching, and until next time, peace.